Here we are. Good afternoon, everyone. Hope you're all keeping well on this not so nice Monday afternoon. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or wherever you are. Um, I'll bring the worms in so you can see who we've got. And this afternoon we have Steve from SK Crafts, and we
Hello.
have Mark, the gentleman woodturner, who just dropped out and came back in just in case my computer does a glitch and he'll not have his face on screen. So, Steve, if the computer drops out, you're going to be the man.
All right, I'll get me dancing gear. I'm ready then.
Mark did see he pressed the wrong button, but I don't believe that for a minute.
Yeah. All planned, weren't it?
Busted.
Yeah. I think he did it on purpose, just so he doesn't have to be on screen when the computer does a glitch, which I've got to say it hasn't done for a while.
Oh, bugger.
Right, I've got the overhead on now. I'll show you what we're going to be doing. I'll just mount this back on the lathe. I took it off the lathe to put some super glue in the cracks.
Do you want to take our ugly mugs off the face?
Oh,
the
yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that.
Nobody wants to see us.
No.
So there we go. So what I've got today is a nice piece of yew. And like I said in the title, a hollow foam, or is it? Now, I know a lot of people don't have the money to buy hollowing tools and things like this, or have the experience to do hollowing. So I thought I'd show you a way of just doing a wee bit of a cheat. It's going to be a very basic shape. It's going to be wide at the top. It's going to be fairly narrow at the bottom. Just a nice, simple sloping in, if you like. But what I'm going to do with the top, it's going to have a very, very small hole drilled in the top. I think I'll go for, 15 mil. Okay, 15 mil hole. Now, if I was to do this with a proper hollow form, trying to hollow through a 15 mil hole in the top is very, very difficult. So I'm going to show you how you can have something that looks totally like a hollow form, but you've cheated a bit, if you want to call it cheating. I have glued this up. I have put some, I forget what it's called now, activator on. I'm not very sure it's fully dry. If it's not, I'm going to get sprayed with super glue. My new Stream Deck Mini arrived this morning, so camera changes should be fairly smooth. I'll just bring the YouTube chat up for me because it's a lot better than StreamYard.
Do you want us to start?
Yeah, I'll let the guys start letting me know who's in.
Go for it, Steve.
Oh, thanks. I ain't even got. Hang on, I've got to get the chat now. Well, you dropped that on me, didn't you?
I'll do it. Oh, no, here we go. Right, we got Wood Wizardry by Colin. Baked and Twisted Trees. Shay Lenahan. Leroy 500. Mike the Midnight Joker. Dr. Bob. Bobber Robertson. Sid's Repurposing. John PPH. Robert Coleman. Barry Fisher. Terry Bray. Mr. Stacey Smith. Barry's Wood Creations. Shay Lenahan. Ian Leonard. Livy Woodshed. Andy Heath. Buck Miller. Keep going down. Lewis, the Klondike Craftsman. Patrick Hanley. Hello, Patrick. Hodgepodge Woodworks. Ryan at Heartwood Turning. IDR would turn in. Rex B. Hello, Rex. Nick proclaiming Turner. Circular with my Keith.
All I'm doing initially, I'm just taking this down so I get rid of the bark. We've got some nice hardwood coming through. There'll be a bit of sapwood left up at the top. I've still got spaces in these cracks, so I may well have to glue them again. We'll wait and see.
I think that was everybody. If I did miss you, I do apologise.
You did. You missed somebody. You missed Richard from up in Aberdeenshire. Who
That's
I think
what I was looking for his comment and I couldn't find it. Oh, and some dodgy bloke from SK Grass. Who hasn't got a spanner? Nah.
Oh, was he not? I better rectify that.
No, that's
Where-
right. I'm just crying some tissue.
Whereabouts is he?
Near the bottom. Amy's just come in and Kim Dickerson. Sorry, Kim.
Afternoon, Amy. Afternoon, Kim.
Paul Smith is in.
Hiya, Paul. Right, what I'm
afternoon.
doing now, I'm just going to put a tenon on the bottom of here.
Benjamin is in.
Ben's jamming.
Benjamin, yeah. I
Ben's
think
jamming.
Brilliant name,
We're
that is.
jamming.
What's he jamming to?
I don't know, but I'll be jamming too.
Mrs. T's in the chat. Hi, Mrs.
Hi,
T.
T. Nice to see you in. Just put another groove in this tenon because of the configuration of the jaws I use. Gives a hell of a lot better grip.
Nick, I can imagine what it was like. Nick's just put in the chat that he apologised for missing most of the live since the kids have been back at school. Things have gone or been crazy. Yeah, I can imagine. I think that's nice to have the kids back at school.
Lewis, sorry, Lewis, the Klondike Craftsman says he's going to speak to the executive team at work to reschedule the Monday morning conference calls to accommodate Wayne's lives. wish him well. Priorities.
Alright, just get this fitted in.
Got 56 in, Wayne.
Grand. Thanks very much for coming along, guys. It's much appreciated. I'm sure the majority of you have got better things to do with your time.
That's what I always think when they come to mine. Mark Pritchard's in. Hello, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Robert Lapsley is in as well.
Hey, Bob. Right, get a little bit of a shape onto this now. Just using my spindle gouge.
Oh, I feel sorry for
again,
Sid. Go on, sorry.
Go on.
No, I feel sorry for Sid's repurposing his painting while he's watching. I hate painting. Man, that's
Yeah,
boring.
as well.
That's what painters and decorators are for, isn't it?
And also, as a hollow foam, I've kept this fairly small because, again, I know not everybody has a full-size lathe. A lot of people work with midi lathes or smaller. The
Brian
bottom
and
of
Hartwood turnings in.
Hey Brian, the bottom of this is going to end up around about here because I'll leave a bit at the bottom to give me room for parting off.
Pete from Twisted Tree says he's cutting while watching, and today it's his own design and not one he's nicked off you, Wayne.
Yeah, I saw the post you put up about the drill guide, Pete.
Hello, Dutch. No, you're not being ignored. Sorry,
No, never ignore you, sir.
we don't get paid, so we're not professionals.
You can be a professional without getting paid, you know. It's called
Yeah.
volunteer work.
Yeah.
I'm just going back to see where he commented, see how far back he was.
I haven't
I
seen
missed
him.
him.
I didn't see him in the chat, to be honest.
No, I didn't either. And I've got both chat streams running, StreamYard and YouTube. So he might be earning himself a timeout for that comment.
That was a long way back. I've just gone back nearly to the start, and I can't. Anyway, welcome, Mike. How are you?
You still not got a spanner.
No, he don't love me like he loves. He don't love me like he loves you, Mark.
I just give you a spanner. Why did it not work? Unless I've given it to somebody else.
Oh God, that could be fun.
Oh dear. Kev Newman's in. Hi, Kev.
Hello, Kev. Long time no see. Right, we're going to get this top cleaned off now. I'm going to get that fitted in, which I can. Yeah, that's cleaned off nicely. A wee bit of tear out there, but that should sand out. I'll just give it another cut though.
There was a question. Go on, sorry.
Question from Rex B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you grind your gouges all to the same angle, spindle bowl, and special gouge?
Yes, they are all both my spindle gouges are and my ball gouges are all done at 45-45. I just tend to have them at a different profile. Yeah, that's not bad. What I'll do now, I will just, should I drill it now?
Oh, I've just found Dutch's original comment.
Right at the beginning.
No, it wasn't. That's just a post. It was only a few above where he said he was being ignored. Dutch, I do apologise.
Robert from Hodgepodge has said that he should be getting his Drilly t-shirt this week, he believes.
Well, talking about drilly t-shirts.
Oh, here we go.
I like.
Drilly's official fan club. Spot on.
Right, I'm just going to mark on. Oh, I better change the camera back. I'm just going to mark on here where I want to part this off.
Rex B says 45 and 45. Does that mean a 90-degree angle? Ha ha ha, he says.
Yes, it does. That's going to be a wee bit thin, so I'll move that down a little bit. Right, what am I doing now? Okay, I've decided. I've made a decision. I don't do that very often, especially at this time of the day, but I've made a decision.
John PBH says not only model hands, but model torso.
No, one thing my torso isn't for, and that's modelling. I'm quite sure this is about 15 mil, this drill bit. I'll turn the speed down to around about 500. Yeah, that'll do. And I'm just going to drill a small hole.
Greg Alexander's joined the chat.
Hi, Greg.
I'll look that down.
Whoa, there's a shiny new blue spanner.
I feel special.
You are special.
I know it's not special needs either.
Right.
Shay Lenahan says, united we stand, divided we fall. Please do hang Drilly up on the wall.
I actually had him hung up on the wall the other week.
Scared of heights, wasn't he?
I've even got a drill in the wall just for hanging Drilly up on.
Oh, thanks, Mike, for that. The Dutch Turner's put. I think the name, the special needs Turner, is still available, Steve. Thanks for that.
Dear Lord, that's worse than Drilly.
Sorry about that.
High pitch.
Right, so what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to get the top of this finished off. And I'll be making the top, this part here, obviously a bit smaller than this part here. So it'll fit inside. All will become clear. Just very shortly.
72 watching, Wayne.
Oh, excellent.
Karen, I don't sing. It's hard enough to talk.
Malcolm Douglas has joined the chat.
Who, sorry?
Malcolm Douglas.
Malcolm Douglas.
Oh, hey, Malcolm. Thanks for coming in.
It's all right, Malcolm. You're not really late. You're within the first half hour, so you don't have to stand in the corner.
Let's get the top of this sanded.
Rex asks, will you be doing a live demo every Monday and Friday morning here in the US so he can tell his wood turning club to watch?
Yes, my plan is, as long as COVID is on, I will be doing lives. And as soon as how I'm retired, I'll carry on doing them after, if it ever finishes.
Also, Rex, Wayne does a live on a Wednesday night as well.
Yeah, I do.
8
Rex.
o'clock.
Is that Rex? Rex, I'm getting your parcel sorted out tomorrow, so it'll probably get posted on Wednesday. I've lost my 240, Brit. Where the hell is that one? Get another piece, man. Isn't it amazing that you never find? Oh, there it is. I found it. Don't panic.
No panic. Don't panic.
Behind you. Dutch Turner says he's going to be using a bowl gouge for the first time this week. So if we don't hear from him, he's cut his head off.
Oh, that's a bit drastic, isn't it?
You won't cut your head off. You'll just
Lose a
stab
finger
yourself.
or two.
Yeah. Open a vein.
Right, that's sanded to 240. Oh, I'll tell you what I was going to do. I better do that now and then refinish it.
Yes, Rex, that's the time difference. 8 p.m. BST or GMT, be 3 p.m. Florida time.
About 5 hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it depends on what state you're in as well, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah, they've
three.
got 4 time zones.
Is it 4? I thought it was just 3.
Yeah. It's 4: Eastern, Central, Mountain, and Pacific.
Oh, yeah.
Alejandro Velez has just joined. Hello, Alejandro.
Afternoon. Mrs. T says, I've just ordered the Simon Hope 6mm mini carbine box set direct from Simon Hope, I think. Is that the same as what I've got? That little mini hollowing set, 6mm hollowing set. Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah, good little tool. It's very aggressive if you're not careful. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, it chews through the wood.
Yeah, oh, man. Just don't put no pressure on it because you'll be through the side if you're not careful.
Steve Ash joined. Hello, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
says he was rather spectacularly failing to make a bud vase box.
Baz has joined. Hi, Baz.
Right. Put some sand and sealer on this now. I'm not really
Duchess-
bothered about how the edge of here because that's going to get glued.
Duchess said something. He says he's bought the Robert Sorby half-inch fingernail. And he says he expects it sharp. I bet you it's not.
No.
No, it probably
They
won't
don't-
be.
They don't come out of the factory sharp, ready sharp. They come out of the factory half sharp.
Honed in, don't they?
So you will need to sharpen it for use.
Well, you see, the thing is with sharp, it'll be sharp. But if you have something, like if I did something on the Pro Edge at 80 grit, that would be sharp. If I did it at 120, it would just be finer. It would still be sharp, but it would just be finer.
Yeah.
Colin used his Simon Hope negative rake scraper yesterday. He says it's an awesome bit of kit. They are, aren't they? So stable because they're so big and heavy.
Well, they're about an inch wide, or?
Got an inch and bigger than that. Inch and a half, I think.
No.
Bear with me, I shall measure mine. Just come with me across the other side of the workshop.
I am using Yorkshire grit at the moment.
Yeah, inch and a half.
It'll not matter how many times I see Yorkshire grit, Governor will not appear because he's out travelling about on his motorbike. I think he was talking about doing a tour around Kielder Reservoir today.
Yeah. Ben's jamming. Got a question?
Yes, Ben.
Why do we sharpen both sides of a skew, scraper, etc., but we only sharpen one side of a gouge?
Because a skew works more like a plane. If you only sharpened one side of a skew, you wouldn't get the same sort of cut. It would be very difficult to cut with it. Whereas with and although you're still using the bevel on the skew, with a gouge, you don't really need to have both sides sharpened because of the way it works.
Yeah. Barry Oakes has got to go. He's got to collect his grown children.
Thanks for coming in, Barry.
Collins put sadly won't be turning for a while though.
What's up, Colin?
Yeah, what's the
I
matter?
think he hurt his finger.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think he got his finger jammed.
Colin, hope you're all right, mate.
Howie.
Hodgepodge has put he's seen a few turners use a rounded diamond card to smooth the flute of the gouge. Yeah, I've seen that before. I don't really see why you need to do it though, because
you don't need to do it.
No, because if you as soon as you touch on a piece of wood, that'll clean the overbear off anyway, won't it?
Yeah.
Colin thinks he's
Certainly,
broken.
what I think what Mike Walt does with his gouges, he will rather than going back to the Pro Edge and sharpen them every time, he will use a round diamond just to give it a quick hone up on the inside of the flute. I'm sure he does that. It's either that or he uses a diamond card on the bevel, one of the two.
Makes sense.
Colin Way does that too.
I hope you're okay, Colin.
Yeah, all the best, Colin. Hope it's all right, mate. Steve Ash has a question, Wayne.
Yeah,
Is it safe to convert a knife into a thin parting tool?
I wouldn't.
No,
Depends on the blade, isn't it? Blade's not strong enough, I would have thought.
no, I wouldn't.
What Richard the Beard did, and I suggested this to him when we were down at Dale's a couple of months ago, is cut up a saw blade, a circular saw blade, especially the ones with that have got the TCT tips on them, so you can actually cut one of them up and make a handle for it to make a thin parting tool. That works quite well. Although sometimes, as happened with Richard, the tips come off.
Mark Pritchard's asked me what degree is the Simon Hope negative rate. I'll be honest, I have no idea. Looking at it, I'd say maybe 60.
Right,
60
so
degrees.
that is going to be the top of our hollow form. I'm not going to bother cleaning the bottom up. I'll just take some of these wee bits off with my skew chisel so it's nice and clean underneath. But apart from that, that is basically the top of the hollow form, or the faux hollow form, done. We'll put that to one side and then we'll start cleaning the inside out. Get me different tool rest. And like I was saying, is because people have, certainly in this day and age, very little money.
Yeah, tell me about it.
The hollow. We will use, if we can, as much as possible, traditional tools to clean this out. So I'm going to be using a mixture of spindle gouge and ball gouge. But what I want to do first is actually get sized up for the lid.
Miss Taze Woodturning says that she says I made a thin parting tool from a Flymo lawnmower blade. Yeah, that would work.
Yeah. Hardened, innit? That's all you need.
Yeah, you can't use knife blades because of the way they're hardened and tempered. They're hardened and tempered in a certain direction, and it's opposing to the lateral forces that you would get with using them as a parting tool.
Using a saw blade's a good shout, though.
Yeah.
Right, I'm getting there.
Ben's asked if she means the plastic ones. No, I don't think so.
Wayne, just thinking, could you switch cameras possibly to tailstock?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
Or would it be
Bit
better
better.
on
Side view.
There you go.
That's better. see a Stream Deck in all its glory now.
Stream Deck.
Not jealous at all.
I'm wanting to get this as good a fit as possible, so you don't really see the join.
Nick says that the thin parting blade he got was made from a saw blade. Both of his are from the same blade.
Yeah, it's a great idea using an old circular saw blade. What other people used to do, you can actually, if you've got any contact within engineering, if the engineering firm has got any of the metalworking hacksaws, the machine-driven hacksaws, like a reciprocating saw, those blades are very good. I made a parting tool out of one of them years and years and years ago. I thought I still had it, but I can't find it.
Shay says he spies with his little eye drilly. I don't think that's drilly. I think that's the heat
No,
gun.
that's the hot air gun. Drilly is behind me. Oh, nearly there. Nearly there.
Pete from Twisted Tree says, a thin parting tool from Yandel's Basic is 20 quid. He's got better things to do with his time than make his own to save a couple of quid.
Right, though, at the end of the day, that is true. Because how long would it take you to make a handle, cut the blade down, sharpen it, and this, that, and the other? You're talking 3, maybe 4 hours. So I can see what he's saying, and I think personally I'm the same. But it's that achievement of making your own tools, isn't it?
Yeah, I've got to say that the scraper I made, the negative rake scraper that I made, ground myself and handled, is my favourite one, purely because I made it.
Yeah. Dutch Mike, if you go on eBay, I don't know if they still do them. They was doing a bowl gouge grinding jig on there for about 35 quid.
Yeah, that's the one I used to have. It's quite good.
Yeah. So, Steve just put that in.
So at the moment, I'm just using my spindle gouge, and I'm using it both for clearing out, using a back cut, but I'm also using it for drilling as well. What's happening in the chat? I'm going to bring this out now and just leave a little step there for the lid to sit into or get glued onto.
There you go, Dutch. There's a link. Steve, I only sent that to you so I could copy the link easier. When you look in Messenger, you'll see a link.
Oh, right, okay.
I only sent it to you so I could copy it easier.
Oh, mate. I didn't even look at my phone, to be honest. Didn't even hear my phone go.
Right, I'm going to move on to the ball gouge now. That spindle gouge is just starting to get a lot of vibration.
Dutch, the other option is if you look at Beard16, Richard's YouTube channel, I believe he's got a video on there of him making his own jig for his bowl gouges. He made it out of plywood and scraps.
Michael Struck, Rich Baird. Michael Stratton join the chat.
Let's see if I can find his video.
I mean, there are people who have made them themselves, like that out of plywood or some scrap metal. I suppose you could hand grind them if you're clever enough.
I used to hand grind all mine, obviously
It's
before jigs brought in.
Let's just get a consistent grind, isn't it? That's the trouble. I think Rich did his on a belt sander as well, didn't he? Not a grinder.
Yeah, but you could use it on both.
Yeah.
And Mike, the Midnight Joker, built his own Pro Edge system.
Nice.
What sort of time are we on?
You're
Right,
on 4-2 nearly.
I could clear out all of this purely using ball gouge, but seeing as how this is a demo, and I usually keep my demos to about an hour, I'm going to switch over and use the carbide just to get the job finished. I've got no problems at all with using carbides, especially when they're used for the purpose.
It's the right tool for the job.
There was a discussion on the Makers International last night about traditional and carbides, and I've actually put in the comments when I started turning, traditional tools with carbon steel, high carbon steel. It was very rare to get high speed steel at that time. Certainly for wood turning lathes. They all tended to be.
Robert Lapsley's asked you a question, Wayne.
Yeah.
I want to make a small lid for a pot. What wood gives a good end grain finish? I don't want the pitted look some woods have.
Right. Try and get something very, very hard. A lot of the exotics will give a very good end grain finish. The likes of you, if I just show you this.
There you go, Dutch. There's a link for a video on how to make a sharpening jig.
So that's you, and that gives a lovely end grain finish. Or If you want to do an inlay into the box lid, try and get a nice burr.
Right, Dutch, we're all here to try and help each other.
Definitely. Mrs. T's asking, does anyone have the Simon Hope hollowing system? Hollowing
Yes,
arm system.
I've got it sitting just down underneath the bench over there. It's brilliant.
Is that the one with the laser?
No, I've got the one with the laser. I should have spent a bit more money and got the one with the camera. So I've got the one with the laser.
See, I think the laser one's more accurate from what I've seen.
No, the camera one's a hell of a lot better. Because you don't have to carry with the laser one, depending on how you're getting the. I'll go back to the overhead. With the laser one, because you've got to set it up, so the laser is whatever
Thickness you
you
want.
want the wall. But if you're actually going in, see, you're going into the bowl like that, you've got to have the laser set up at the point, right at the end, and then once you're going down the sides, you've got to have the laser set up on the side of the tool. So you've got to keep on changing it. Whereas with the camera, the way the camera works is that it works actually on a screen, and you can actually set it so you can see where the thickness is, and it doesn't matter what position the tool is in.
Clever idea.
Side. It's a nice hefty bit of kit. The gets used in the hollower, because I think it's a 3/4 inch bar that has the hollowing tools on. Now I've got a bit of a ridge about halfway down. I'll just get rid of that. Not that anybody's going to see it. Now this is one of the Simon Hope hollowing tools. Again, this one's just got the small 6mm cutter on there, carbide cutter on there. It's a cupped carbide cutter, and it works absolutely brilliant.
And it's actually a cutter and not a scraper, isn't it?
Yeah, and what this is the bar that fits into the hollowing jig. So it's a 3/4 inch bar. This one has got a high-speed steel circular tip on it, but it does come with again, I think it's a 6mm cutter that you can offset for doing the hollows. But what this does, what I've done here, I've got the top of the cutter lined up with the Allen keys, so I can actually tell what angle I'm at when I'm using this. And what this will do, this actually just cleans up all the ridges, so you can get a fairly smooth inside. Now I'm not going to go any farther than that, because this has got a couple of cracks in that have been repaired, but there's one very big one there, and I don't really want it to blow up on us. So that's it hollowed out. I could sand it and everything, but nobody's going to be able to get the fingers in there to see anyway. So what I'll do, I'll get this all nicely sanded off. Before I start sanding, I find, if I remember to do this, it's always as well starting your parting cut, because that way you can actually get it sanded. Because if you don't start your parting cut, what happens is you come to part something off and you get all these little furry bits around here, and it's sometimes a nightmare trying to get them finished. So we will start with the usual 80 grit. There's still a bit of bark there, which that's what the wee chattering was.
Cool.
That's 120. $240. Give that I was going to say give that a brush off. Oh, there's my paintbrush hiding under all the shavings. Quick spray with sanding sealer. Quick wipe off. on with the Yorkshire grit. Everybody's been very quiet.
We're concentrating.
All right.
We're watching you in suspense, Wayne.
You watching any suspenders?
Yeah.
I'll have to tell Nikki about that.
She's not here. I've got to keep the trend going, didn't I?
All right, okay.
That's not at all disturbing.
It's all for you, Mark.
Dear Lord.
That's even more disturbing. Right, so what I'll do now, I'll just get it parted off. I'll put my parting tool, oh, there it is. I'll get it parted off and then get the top glued on so you can actually see what it looks like. If you hear that barking in the background, that is Bryn, hoping to find somebody to bite so he can chow on a bone.
Sorry, guys.
There's somebody on the phone.
It'll be work. Or somebody wanting them to do some work. I'm just at the moment taking just the wee nub off the bottom. There we go. That's that done.
Guys, I've got to go. Sorry.
Yeah,
cool.
That's okay, Steve. Thanks for coming in.
So
Cheers, Dave.
I'll message you when I get back, Mark. All right.
Okay, mate.
All right. See you later, guys. Have a good day, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Right, let's see if I can find out which way around this actually goes. Just trying to get the sapwood lined up properly. Oh, that looks a bit better. Maybe not.
There's probably Nikki on the phone telling him to get out of her suspenders.
Yeah, that looks about right. Right, just a wee dab of thin super glue just around this edge here. Just in a few places I need it, I think. Get the lid popped back on. Yeah, I think it goes more that way.
Dutch is having to go. He's got work to do. See you later, Dutch.
See you, Dutch. Thanks for coming in. Right, I will bring up my stool. Have a seat. I've repaired my step ladders, Mark.
Oh, good. Don't want you falling off your stool.
So there'll be no more diving to the floor. Right, change camera. There we go. So there you are, guys. That's it. A pretendy hollow form. Okay. The grain just about lines up. I did take a fair bit off with the parting tool, so I wasn't expecting it to fully line up. But you can hardly see the join on it. And people will be amazed and start asking you, how did you clean all the inside of that out? Ah, well, you see, it took me about 25 hours to do that. And a lot of patience.
Magic.
Right, Miss T's off to our workshop. Grand. Okay, guys, one final look. That's it. Lovely piece of yew. I do love the grain in yew. Pretend hollow form, which is being cleared. The wall thickness is around about 1/4 of an inch down to about 1/2 an inch from the bottom. I did leave about 1/2 an inch at the bottom. That gives it some weight, especially if you're going to go thinner than this. It would give it some weight to actually keep it stable. So, any questions before I go?
Sid's asking, what's the camera change system called?
It's called Stream Deck. Let's put the side camera back on. I've got the Stream Deck Mini, which is just 6 buttons. It links into OBS, which is what I run the cameras through. I stream all my stuff through StreamYard, so OBS links into StreamYard. But for doing the camera change, I was just using my mouse on OBS, and now I just press a button, and there it goes. This is the Stream Deck Mini in the UK. You can get them new for between £80 and £100. I don't know what that is Australian. Or you can get the 15-button one, which actually Steve's got. Steve's got the 15-button one, and I wish I'd gone for it because I'm going to end up having more cameras because I want to have cameras on the other side of the workshop for when I use the big lathe, for when I use the VB36. So, yeah, it is a good method, Pete. Yeah. Oh, and thank you for the donation. That'll go towards the new Stream Deck. Right, guys, I'll love you and leave you. I've got to go out and go and buy some weed membrane. I am re-graveling the driveway later this week, so I've got to get some weed membrane or some more. Oh, thank you, Brian, at Heartwood Turning. That's very generous of you. Thanks very much. You can actually do this. This is done obviously in spindle way. So the grain is running down this way, but you can actually do this with bowls. If you want to do a hollow form out of a bowl, just by cutting a cone out, and then sort of reshaping so the cone will fit back in once you get the cone cleared up and everything. There's various ways. Another way of doing it is to actually do it from the bottom. So you clean everything out from the bottom and you still just drill another little hole in the top. But then you've got to actually make a cone to fit in the bottom for doing that. I did see a video on that. Oh, it must have been a couple of years ago now. It can be a bit fiddly trying to get the cone sized up and blended in. But this is a good method. For if you want to.
Ed Oliver did a big one a couple of weeks ago, didn't he, on his lives?
I don't tend to get to see Ed's. I'm usually busy doing something else on a Saturday morning, which is really
took him 3 weeks, 3 lives. Yeah, he struggled with it a bit.
Right. Thank you, Amy.
Wayne, can I chuck a link in for my live tomorrow, please?
Yep, carry on, Mark.
Thank you.
Thanks, Robert. Colin. Oh, Alf can't do you. He's got lung problems. It'll work with other types of wood, Alf. It doesn't have to be you. Mike the Midnight Joe said, weed membrane, Rizzlers.
Paul, 1 p.m. tomorrow lunchtime.
Grand. So that's it. Oh, have I put my mouse in it once there? Right, I'm going to press the button. I'm going to get away and get some stuff done this afternoon, which I'm not looking forward to, but such is life, I suppose. Oh, well, I'm there. Hit the wrong button. Right then, Wednesday night. I meant to say Wednesday night. I am doing a gin glass on Wednesday night. So I'll be chopping the grass stem off the gin glass. I'll be turning the wooden stem. I'll be colouring it with Joe Sonia iridescent paints, mainly green. I'm doing this for a guy called Chris Murray, who is another. Him and his wife Emma are both makers. And I think the
Dragon Tail Turnings.
Yeah, Dragon Tail Turnings. They were on Makers International podcast not yesterday, but last Sunday, and Chris was enjoying a nice glass of G&T, so I said I'd do him a gin glass. So that's what I'm going to be doing on Wednesday night. It's a fairly easy turn. It's a fairly easy turn. Everybody tends to think they're quite difficult to do, but they're not really. It's quite an easy turn. So we'll get that done. I'm sure I'll have some worms in, so we'll be having a laugh as well, which is what it's all about. Oh, Tommy's phone rang, so you'll have to watch later. Cheers, Tommy. Right, I'm going to press the button, and I'm off to do some work. So Mark's on tomorrow lunchtime, 1 o'clock UK time. I'll probably be worming for Mark, and then I'm back on Wednesday night. Tomorrow night we have got Dale he's starting to do lives on a Tuesday night instead of Richard the Beard, so he'll be doing a live on Tuesday night. I don't think we've got anybody tonight, unless Steve might pop up later on. If Steve Twaddell, if he's doing a live, he usually sticks the link in, I don't know, around about 7 o'clock, 7:30. Wednesday lunchtime, it'll be Nick, the Flaming Turner, and then Wednesday night, it'll be me. We're very uncertain about Thursdays at the moment. With obviously people getting back to work and stuff, so not very sure what's happening on Thursday. Friday lunchtime, it'll be back to me again. And then Friday night, there is usually a premiere by Ruben at about 7 o'clock. There'll be a premiere by Nick the Flaming Turner at around about 7:30. And then Stace from Stace Makes will be on at 8 o'clock.
I think Steve from SK was planning on doing a Thursday lunchtime this week.
Yeah, well, it all depends if he's working or not. I mean, he just took a phone call about work there, so he might well be working. But hopefully he can get on. Anyway, time to hit the button. Bye, everybody. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.